Recording.
Right. Sorry about that. So carry on.
Okay. So about myself, as I had mentioned earlier, that basically I'm a telecom engineer, and when I had initiated the telecommunication in 2013, in the university, I had got a little bit. I knew of this word freelancing, so I made a little bit search on the browser that what this freelancing is, and I got some platform names from the Fiverr, Five Squared, Upwork. And when I made a search on these things, I found that in almost every field, one can do a freelancing or can perform, present his services by sitting anywhere across the globe. And this was a very new thing for us, because before this, we do not know this concept. Because here in the third world countries, as I belong from the Pakistan, it was a general concept that after getting the education, one have to move towards the West or the developed countries, and then present his services. But after getting this thing, a little bit knowledge, I started a little bit making effort that whatever I got information till now. At that time, I was in second or third semester, so I got a little bit informed relevant to networks, and worked on the platform software that was Packet Tracer, about the network designing, LAN, WAN, MAN, local area network, wide area network. So with the passage of time, I grew that one, and started working on the Fiverr first. And there I presented the services of antenna designing and networking, these two. After that, when I had searched or other people that what services they are providing across the globe, I found that not only the particular services, like technical services that I was providing at that time, not only that one, but also the people are providing the services like they are writing content, doing the content writing, they are doing the graphic designing. And not only this, even once I looked on the services, the gigs of the sellers on the Fiverr, I found that one of the freelancer there, he had presented the gig that for the $5, I will pray for you for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Wow.
So I was, it was an interesting thing for me that you can sell anything, anything via these platforms by sitting anywhere across the globe. And this was a very revolutionary step, because before this, I don't think that internet, no doubt, has provided and broke many of the bridges. In fact, it worldwide thing. So but after getting this thing that we can sell our services, that I had decided that I will not move towards the job side, and I will present these services, whatever I learned till now, on these platforms. So after the graduation, I had stick totally to this side, and then along with the graduation, I got a knowledge of a new word, that was entrepreneurship. That was a new word for us at that time, uh, in the same days of 2015. So I had attended one of the national level conference at that time, here in Pakistan, from which across the globe different speakers and senior mentors had came. So there I had got a little bit knowledge of entrepreneurship, and then I was working on the already working on the freelancing. So my perception and my mindset starts working on this side that if a one man is just providing the services of freelancing, like being a freelancer, if I got any project or I said that I can present these services, and if some project came, only at that time I can get the money from the client. However, if I can convert all this process or all these steps in a form of business, so I think or entrepreneurship, that was the core concept. So I think that is a far better, besides this, that have to wait for the client and when he will respond and I will get the money. So in spite of this thing that only focus to this area, one step more forward is that whatever I had earned from these platforms, I decided that I have to start working. So as my elder brother, he's also an engineer, mechatronics engineer. So we decided to proceed in the field of digital signage. The concept you might know, I think that is common in your region. But here in our region, that is the new concept. And we had introduces about 3 to 4 new ideas in the existing digital signage concept. And those ideas were relevant to IoT, that is the new one in the 5G area, because my core area is the telecommunication side, so I had a knowledge of that side. We had introduced the IoT, cloud computing, and by providing these technologies to the existing digital signage concept, we had introduces the remote access to all these SMDs. Then we had introducing some products that are relevant to indoor digital standees, and much more products relevant to these things that has introduced the digitalization in the field of marketing. So my core concept, or whenever I was invited, now recently in the last week, I was also invited in one of the meetup here in the capital of Pakistan, Islamabad. So there I had again mentioned this thing that don't stuck to a one point. I try to find the alternate routes and gradually grow up. And freelancing, no doubt, that has a many, I think, from the general jobs or the old concept of jobs, from this that one, no doubt freelancing has a many more options, but don't stick to that one. Move one step forward, then forward. So my step in that one and my perspective is that don't stick to freelancing. One step more is entrepreneurship. After that one, uh, enlarging your business and move it towards the worldwide and other countries. So along with that, I'm also as a mentor and as a speaker, I'm trying to share my views, my perspective for all those students, especially because at the student stage, a very least that one is taking these things serious, as well as at the student age, a very least that such type of grooming or ideas have been shared by the mentors. So my perspective, and I always try to share these things to the lower level students, like of the matriculation, so that they start building their mind that in which field they have to focus, and after that how they will convert that to the business side. Because ultimately I think business is only the thing that can not only help oneself, but also is around circle, because by growing the business you can also help the others too. So this is the general concept on which I'm working, and for that one, the strategy that I had learned in the last 7 to 8 years. Even I was thinking of writing a book on that one. That's about the decision making, how you can take a decision in your life. So no doubt that initially my decision was about the engineering side, but as I altered that decision, I think I was right at that time. But how I take that decision, I had gradually making the steps, and then gathered that one. And now I am thinking of writing a book on that one. That all based upon the questions. If your mind can make a question, that can propose a question, I think you can easily take a decision.
Yeah.
If I think you're interested, we can a little bit discussion in that side too. Udhar so about the decision making, my perception is that first you have to make a questions relevant to what, how, and why. What you want to be in your life, or all the questions relevant to what you want to be in your life, what you want to achieve, what are your goals. So all the questions relevant to what, gathered them at one place. Like if I am an engineer, what I had to be in the next 7 years. If I am a freelancer, what I had to be in the next 8 years. So all the questions relevant to what, first we have to gather that one. After that, how is the strategy that I have to achieve these goals. Now all the questions relevant to what are the how I achieve these goals, how the uh, how I can make the environment favorable for all these steps. So all the questions relevant to how, gather that one. And then last is about the why. So why I choose this field, this is the most I think one can say that confusing or the difficult part that one can answer to himself.
So,
Like
so does that mean have you got have you started a business where you have employees and you pay salaries and stuff?
both the way I'm working, like first one is that as a freelancer in some of the domains, I placed the proposal, and I pressed the project and got the proposals from the freelancers. And second is I have about 2 to 3 guys that are no not like an employer, because my own mindset is not in accordance to that.
Mm,
However, they work with me like shareholders.
sure.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
if I got a project and I'm or a business in that I'm working, so I present that one to my friends and ask them, if you want to join us, then on this percentage we will move
Yeah,
forward.
okay. And
So
do
I
you
think
still get your work through those platforms?
sorry.
Do you always get the jobs through the platforms, the Five Squid and Fiverr and things like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And do your colleagues that you work with, do they have profiles on there as well? Or is it all under your name?
Exactly, they also have that one.
Hmm.
uh, One of them is very I think a senior freelancer on the Fiverr. In the same way, one is he's not good on the freelancing platforms, but his technical skills are so good that other fellows, we when we got the project, we
Hmm.
will try that he have to join us, because everyone is not good in all the aspects.
Yeah.
It's a general thing. So the main point is that the one we have to help the one, or assist the one in the area where he is weak, so that
Yeah. Yeah.
he will also move forward with us.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's interesting.
it's my general perception that whatever you learned in your life, try to share with the others. And my journal is that I have to share this with the juniors,
Hmm.
because with the time we have learned these things. However, the juniors must have to know at that position, so that in the least time they have to reach to this point.
Hmm.
The world
Yeah.
is going so fast, and even on the freelancing platforms, when I had started working, a very least of us in the Pakistan know these things. However, in the last 3 to 4 years, and especially during the COVID, I think everyone tried to initiate this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
freelancing is very popular in
yeah,
Pakistan at the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
we are standing, I think, on the fourth number across the worldwide on the
yeah,
globe.
yeah, yeah. Wow, that's amazing. And when you're a freelancer in Pakistan, are there many rules or regulations to do with the government? Do you need to register as an independent earner, like paying tax, things like that? How does all that work?
No, there is no direct taxes being laid on the freelancers still at this time. However, if
Hmm.
we initiate a small or medium enterprise SME, so after that, the general regulations which are applied on the business sector. Like I had in the 2018, I had registered one of the SME on the digital signage concept. So
Right.
I'm paying the taxes for that one. But for
Mm.
the general freelancers, actually, this tax is alternately being deducted when the dollar has been converted to our currency, to
Yeah.
Pakistani rupee. So
Yeah.
at that time, during that one, the State Bank of Pakistan had deducted the cost. So
Mm.
that will be paid at that point. However, in
Sure.
the business side or in the company side, one have to pay the tax. So that is the alternate thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
in the same manner, the software houses, there is a very broad and very great business of software houses here in Pakistan. So
Mm.
in that one, software houses are obviously they are paying the taxes, and there is a special regulatory body for the software house that's called the Pasha,
Okay.
uh,
So
Pakistan.
how do the software houses work? Do they go on the freelance platforms as well? And
Yeah,
everyone who
yeah,
works at the
exactly.
software house is on the platform. So there's like hundreds of people who might get the job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the same manner, the software houses are working. That initially, like we are the group of 3 to 4
Mm.
guys.
Mm.
We are working on the different platforms, and when we got the projects, we had make a working co-working workplace,
Mm.
and
Okay.
we had invited the juniors to come there. And one of those, any one of those who have a good skill in that particular area, we had shared the project with him, and in the equal distribution we have paid to him.
So
So
do
in
you
this
think do
manner,
you think most freelancers in Pakistan are working for software houses or on their own independently?
both is working
Mm.
majority of the time. And I also prefer this thing, that at first, initial guy must have to join the freelance
Yeah.
software house, so that he must know the basic grooming, basic tools, how to communicate, how to
Mm.
manage his profiles. All these things must be, I think, in a well manner guided to that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, after that one, we all are trying that every new guy must have at least one good profile, like
Hmm.
either on the Fiverr, Five
Hmm.
Squared, Upwork. Another one is Guru. Then
Yeah.
People Per Hour. Then we have 99 Designs, particularly for the graphic designers.
Yeah.
So always tried that one must have at least one good profile, so that even
And-
if he have to leave the software house,
yeah.
he will have something.
Sure. Yeah. And if you're working at a software house and you have your own profile, do you manage the communication with the clients and the payments and stuff if the work comes through that profile, or is there a management level at the software house that takes care of all of that side of things?
Actually, the particularly if we're talking about the place at I am at this time lying, is the software house or software house is generally have the management is in this manner. Like if I got the project of
Mhm.
around $500 or $600, so one of my colleague or my junior is working with me on that one. So
Mhm.
we had decided initially that we will divide 60-40, 50-50%, or 30-70,
Yeah.
whatever the responsibilities we will divide. And after that one, we will divide with each other whatever
Mm.
the what we got from the final.
Okay.
However, about the particular management, as you had asked the question about that thing, here in Pakistan, some of the software houses that are at a very good position, like they are working in the Pakistan as purely as a software house since 2012, and
Mm.
got about almost 9 to 10 years. So now they have a very strong management, and even for the HR and for the management sector, they have the guys who have done the MBA, Masters in the
Yeah. Right.
Business Administration and all that thing. So they are
Okay.
managing all that stuff, and the technical guys are the separate one.
Right. And then do the software houses take a percentage of the fee? Is that how they make their money?
They are particularly working on the salary base.
Right.
Like a new software student got graduated, and he had joined us any of the software house After that one, initially on the internship, he got a little bit of pay, about almost we can say about 30% of a journal engineer. After that one, if he got a good knowledge and successfully completed multiple projects, then he will shift it to the next position, and then gradually the pay is also increased, salary increased.
Right.
So
Okay.
but
So if
my
you're a client overseas though, like if you're in the United States and you find the junior person's profile online and you offer them a job and they accept it, how, so you're paying that person as a freelancer on the platform, but you're really paying it to the software house, right? And then they paid their junior worker a salary. But the payment from the client, does that go to the software house directly?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. First, the client will have to pay to the software house. Software house will have the business administration and all the management sector. They will
Mm,
collect monthly. Let's suppose they got 80 projects in a 1 month, and whatever the total amount they have, after that one, as they had already the contract with the software engineers, they will pay to them, and
okay. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Okay.
so
So the work that you do with your colleagues, is that hourly work, hourly rate, or do you do fixed fee jobs or a combination?
we're working in a combination manner.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at this position, I think if we have totally shifted, because along with this one, we are also working on the, like I'm working along this thing with a business of digital signage.
Mhm.
Similarly, one of our colleagues, he has a very, I think one of the best profiles in the on the web development sector on the Fiverr. He's the top 10 or top 15 ranked profiles. So he's a very great man. But now, after 3 to 4 years working, he's also shifting towards the business side. And
Mm.
in the last month, he came here. We have a meeting at my home. So he was telling that I'm deciding to move towards the dairy products, because he
Mm.
belongs to a village area, and he great farms there. So he said that I'm going to introduce some new concepts of the dairy products, and here in Pakistan, still at a moment that in cities, in the particular cities, these dairy products are not available via softwares or via apps. So he's saying that I will provide an app, like if you have a little bit knowledge of Uber,
Mhm.
that's relevant to traffic and taxi system. So
Yep.
he said that I have an idea of app development, and by that one I will provide to the doorsteps these dairy products
Mm.
24 hours.
Okay.
So such type of startups are being initiated by the freelancers, because the one of the thing that help them to start working on this thing is that the all money they have gathered is their own effort. So they
Yeah.
can easily put that to the business side, in
Yeah.
spite of this, that if they take this thing from the parents or from the elders, in that manner, if one lost the money, he has to be answerable to the parents or to the elders or the
Mm.
bank side. But in this case, as he had or one is earned by himself, so he can easily insert that to the business. And even if he lost something in the business, I think one can manage that one in a more better manner.
Yeah, great. Okay. Hey, I'm aware that we're short on time, so if you don't mind, if I've got a few more questions that we could go through quite quickly, if that's all right.
Sure, sure.
I'm very interested to know how you and your team manage your freelance work in terms of timesheets, invoicing, and payments.
Yep. About the payments, as I had shared a little point earlier, that we will divide the percentage wise. In the time aspect, we had shared whatever the project we got from the freelancing platform. All the details have been shared, and about the time span, we tried that we will divide the tasks. Like if we are working on the website development, we will divide the pages. Like introduction, about us, and the services will be done by you guy. Next 3 pages will be done by you, and next 3 will be mine. So
Do
after
you,
that
do you
one,
use any software to manage that, or is that just a manual process where you divide the work?
It's such type of at this time we're working just by making the groups on the WhatsApp,
Yeah.
and whatever the updates are, we will share that one on the WhatsApp group, because that is with us 24 hours,
Yeah, sure.
wherever you are, that is with us.
Mm.
However, initially we had started working on the Slack too, because at that time I was the community leader of the Fiverr chapter of Pakistan Attack City, from where I
Hmm.
belong.
Hmm.
So at that time I was the community leader of that one. I'd also working on the Slack, but I felt more easy on WhatsApp with the colleagues working.
Yeah, okay. So when you have a project for a client and you say it's going to take us 20 hours, and then when you finish the work, do you send them the timesheet to show how many hours were spent on each task, and do they have to approve that timesheet, or do you just complete the job and then you send them an invoice?
Actually, the projects that we are working, majority of them have a long time span. Like
Yeah,
if a graphic designing task, uh, almost 36 to 48 hours we have.
right.
So if we have a time span of 48 hours, we try to deliver it within the first 24 hours.
Hmm.
And much of the time we done it. However, in any aspect, if one of us got any problem or cannot, so alternately we will work, another guy will work on that one.
Yeah.
So I think about the time, the fields on which we are working, like writing, designing, and website development, these three core areas on which we are working. So for that one, time got almost enough on every project. And
Mm.
initially we will discuss with the client that as we have, if 8 pages of website, so we will divide it on the 8 days, or if the pages are the short one, we will divide it on the 4 days. In accordance to that one, we will manage.
Okay.
I don't think that time will disturb us in a much different manner, difficult manner.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, okay. And how do you invoice your clients? Do you send them a document saying how much work was done and what the hourly rate was and what the total is and which or how to pay you? Is there like a PDF document you send them?
Yeah, about that one, it depends upon the client mostly.
Mm.
Much of the clients do not need these things. Like they more focused on the work. Like again, I will present the example of website. So if we have the 8 pages website, I will work on the first three and will send the link to the client that these are the links of these 3 pages. First, go through them and let me know if you need any sort of the change.
Yeah.
So if you need the changes, I will request him to get the snapshot of that area and circle that one and then send me. And again, after completing that one, I will also make a Word file and then share that one, that this point was mentioned from your side in this
Mhm.
aspect, and I will work on this. So by using the document, obviously that will help us to, one can say that, to satisfy the client.
Yeah.
These documentation always help us.
Yeah, okay. Um, and when you get paid, so presumably you have clients in different countries around the world with different currencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do they pay you into your account? Do you take what, PayPal or international bank transfers?
Here in Pakistan, PayPal is unfortunately still now didn't come. But
Sure.
alternately, we have the Pioneer, and the second one is about the interbank transfer, as you mentioned.
Mhm.
Not only on the just freelancing platforms, we have also the clients from the different platforms. Like we call them, in our words, freelancers call them the direct clients,
Right.
and we got them from the Facebook, from the LinkedIn. Majority of
Mhm.
the clients are from the LinkedIn.
Okay.
From the LinkedIn or profile, they look our profile. They had asked that such kind of projects or services I required. So kindly share your profile. So for the graphic designing, we have the profile of the Behance. That then about the website development, We have the complete link about the website on which we have presented our last developed websites of around 50 to 60. However, no doubt we have more than 150 websites, but the top or the best website we had shared there on that link. And similarly about the writing, the blogs on which we had written till now. So these 3 to 4 links we will share to the client in accordance to what the services he required.
Right.
Similarly about the video editing and the animation, recently I did some projects on that side. So along with my brother, he's also a good animator. So we are also working on that side too. For that one, we had make a YouTube channel and also put some of the videos on the Google Drive. So just share the link of the Google Drive and all the videos relevant to animation on the one folder, relevant to video editing on the other one, motion graphics on the other one. So by just sharing the link. However, about the payment method you asked, so one is the Pioneer that we are working, we are using because Fiverr is providing the Pioneer. And about the freelancer.com, that is providing the interbank transfer. So there is no issue of that one. Then we have the Upwork. Upwork is also providing the interbank transfer services. And Five Squid, here a little bit issue of payment method. But as some of my relatives, they are in the foreign countries, so I've shared my account access to them, and whenever required the sharing of currency, so they will withdraw and transfer to my account. So one is the PayPal, that is no doubt that is a major issue, and recently we have the all the freelancers have a meeting with our finance minister. So they had shared this point that PayPal must be here in Pakistan, must be introduced. But unfortunately, due to some, I think, higher authority issues, PayPal has not yet came. But and even Amazon and the affiliate marketing, AliExpress, Alibaba, they even can't came in Pakistan. I think AliExpress is working, however, Alibaba and Amazon is not yet came. And PayPal, absence of PayPal is one of the fundamental reasons of that.
Oh, Have you ever been paid in cryptocurrency?
No. Here in Pakistan, legally that is not allowed. So we will try our best to avoid that thing.
Fair enough.
And even I also recommend my juniors that avoid that thing because that is not legally allowed here.
Okay, cool. Hey, thank you very much. That was a very interesting conversation with lots of useful insights for us. So really appreciate your time.
My pleasure, and you are welcome to have, if in the future, if you need any of the time, any guidance, or if you have multiple initial level or junior level freelancers, you're welcome to ask me again. I will be available because I think it's my what's called I consider it my responsibility to share whatever I learned in during my life or my journey. So I always try to share that one with the junior fellows.
Great. Well, thanks very much, and enjoy your week. And Lizzie will be in touch.
Sure. Thanks a lot for that.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Thank
See you later.
Bye.